Welcome back to another episode of Not Just a Pretty Face podcast. Of course, I'm your host, Michaela, and here we are, pretty on purpose and beyond the surface. And I have another lovely guest with me, Keal.
Her.
Say hello to everybody.
Hey guys.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. Not too bad, not too bad. So tell the people a little bit about where you're from, what you do, and how you got started.
Okay, so I'm originally from Baltimore, Maryland. And I've been in South Carolina for 10 years. So I do hair, I own a salon, and I do music. So I've always done music all my life, but I kind of wanted to get into the lane of doing hair because my mom did hair. So I'm like, okay, well, I want to go and follow my mom's footsteps.
Right.
But my grandmother was like so opposed to me doing hair. Like she did not want me to do hair like at all.
Why?
Like she just was like, so I grew up in the church. So like I would do music, like I would sing and stuff like that. So she was like, no, like you could be as big as Beyonce, like if you do your music. So I just was like, no, grandma, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, I'm going to do the hair, and then it's like, I get to the point where I'm, like, doing hair, and it's like, okay, she was right. Like, body start to wear down, like, like the wrists, like.
It's a lot of wear and tear on your body.
Yeah, so. But originally, I came to college. I wanted to be a lawyer.
Okay.
So, really, honestly, I wanted to be a lawyer because I was like, yeah, I'm going to free all my niggas. But, I got to school and I seen how long it took for people to be a lawyer, so I was like, nah, let me just do business, because I'm like, I already was a hustler, so I'm like, I do business, and I couldn't find a regular job, so doing hair was the only thing that worked with my school schedule. So eventually, word got around, and then more people came, and then eventually I would start, instead of just doing college students, I was doing more locals. So then eventually, that led to me getting into a shop, which led to me getting into another shop, which wound up coming full circle because the shop that I worked at, I went back there, took it a step back, and then was telling him, pretty much, oh, yeah, let me buy your shop. Right. But when I went there, the shop was ran down, and he was like, well, I got another shop.
Okay.
And then he showed me that shop, and I was like, well, how can I get this? So I've been there ever since. So it's 4 years now. I've had my salon.
Okay,
yeah, so
that's cool. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Most people can't make it past the first year,
yeah.
So congratulations to you on that. So I want to ask my first question, and like everybody knows, this is the standard question, and then we're going to get back into your background and everything. But our first question is, what do you feel like makes you more than a pretty face?
My intelligence, just the fact that, you can put me in any circumstance, and I'm back against the wall, I'ma make it out on top. Right. Resilience, just my wit, I'm quick on my feet, I can come out on anything, it don't matter what type of circumstance, what type of tribulation, anything, I'm resourceful. I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna figure it out.
Right.
I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out. I ain't just go up, bow down. No, I'm gonna figure it out. Yeah. So.
And then you will be our second guest that's coming from Baltimore. I feel like a lot of up north girls, I just really admire y'all's strength. I feel like y'all just have a certain different type of hustle towards y'all. Y'all will try anything, no matter if it works or if it doesn't. Y'all will try it, just because it's you gotta get some money.
For real. Especially coming from, a city where we from, it's, I ain't gonna say poor, but it's, inner city. It's, you growing up in a household, it's, 10 adults. Don't nobody got no car. Right. Don't nobody got $1 to give you to go to the store to get something to eat, like a little snack or something. And it's damn, I don't want that for myself. I don't want that for my kids. I didn't want that. So it's even when I came down to South Carolina, it was kind of what you about to do? So now it's kind of okay, well, I stayed and was able to, maneuver, make a way for myself.
Definitely, because when you move to a whole different state and you are able to make a name for yourself, that's even something to even be proud of, because you could definitely get washed away and then get in the mix and then nothing comes of yourself. So
Thanks.
Leaving your hometown and coming here and making a name for yourself, that's. Doing really good for yourself, period. Yeah. And she even gave me some goodies, you guys. How cute is this?
Yes.
Of course, y'all see it's a bonnet and it has a drawstring. Do y'all know how hard that is? Because, first of all, if you got a hairstyle that's like a little bit, you got the bye-bye boom, it's going to stretch it out. You got a big head, it's going to stretch out. I got a little head, so thankfully it don't happen to me that often. Then I got me a edge skirt, so I can... This is so cute. And I got me an edge brush, y'all. This is so cute. So, your business name is Slave by Society.
Slave Society.
I'm so sorry. Because I wrote it down and I was like, that is not right. So, Slave Society. I'm sorry. Thank you. Tell us a little bit how you got started with that.
So, because I'm a big Beyonce fan.
Okay.
So I was coming up with the name, and trying to figure out what it could be. And at first, when I first got down here, it was always Hair by Keal.
Mm-hmm.
And then my name, Keal. So I was like Killer Hair, and then trying to figure that out. And I was like, nah, it just ain't stick. Yeah. And then Beyonce came out with that song, and I was like, so I was like, And I was like, people need to be a part of a community, like a tribe. So I was like, Slave Society.
I like that.
Slave Society.
It definitely sticks. I think, because real quick, off topic, I did not know you were Slave Society because I started following the hair page from Rennie when she had the blonde updo.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh my God, this is so cute. Like, I want to get my hair like this. This is so cute. So from then I started following you. But then when I met you for Cash Flow, I was like, oh, she is so cute. I love her hair. It's pink. Like, I love this. So then when I seen you on the slates, I was like, I didn't know that was her. I'm like over here, like, not been following you for a minute. And I was like, dang, I did not know. It's not really a small world, but it's a small world. Like, I did not put that together.
And I be trying to keep it separate, like the music.
And you doing a really good job. A real good job. Because had you not been in that reel, I think it was like you were doing like a hair, like you was curling hair or something like that. And that's how I saw it was you. And I was like, hey. And I had to do my research, and I was like, okay,
yeah, like,
that makes sense.
Okay, you're right, yeah,
So you are doing a good job by keeping it separate, because
thank you.
I think that's important though when you are wanting to get into two different lanes to try to keep it separate, but they both still go hand in hand together because you can do your own hair once you get real big.
Exactly, and that be the whole thing. I'm trying to like find a balance to kind of like combine the two because like. People be like, oh, well, we want to see you do the hair and also to be able to do the music. And it'd be hard trying to, like, balance the music and the hair. But it's like, if I can combine it, try to figure it out. Because I can give people advice about it all day. But then it'd be like, when it comes to myself, I'd be like, but I'll be, yeah.
I feel like that's how I am too with not knowing how to give my own self-advice. Like, we can definitely give other people's advice, but when it comes to you and your business, you're like, no. Second guessing, overthinking, doing the freaking most.
Exactly. I can't step outside myself out of the situation and be like, okay, well, no, like, you need to do X, Y, Z. I'd be kind of like second guessing myself, like, nah, I don't think you should do this. And I'd be like, nah, but it works sometimes.
You're doing a really good job. I just want to continue to keep saying that because you're doing a really, really good job. So we're going to get into our first segment, which is called Story Time. So the first one is, tell us about the time you felt the most proud of yourself as a woman.
My most proud moment was when let me think. I think it was when I graduated. Okay. When I graduated college. I think that was probably like my most proud moment. Because it was like, I wasn't doing shit. Like, I was like, as far as like grades and stuff like that, I had like so much going on, like as far as like work and just trying to like figure everything out. And it was just like so much going on as far as like school, trying to like become pledging and all of that, like just it was just so much. So that was probably like the biggest thing for me, like graduating college, because it was like everybody was like, are you sure you're going to graduate? Are you sure you're going to graduate? And I was just like, I'm graduating. I don't care what you talk. Like, I'm graduating.
Right.
Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Don't speak that on me.
Right.
Because I'm graduating.
Right.
Like, I'm graduating. So when it finally got to that time, and I was like, I did everything that I said I wanted to do as far as like in my school, college career. I was like, yeah, like you did that.
Period.
Like you did that. Like ain't nobody think you was even gonna make it the whole 4 years, but no, you did that. You did that.
Graduating college is such a big accolade that I feel like everybody should be super duper proud of, because it is really hard. Like, it's really hard. So I commend you for that as well. And like, talk about like that feeling of once you walk across that stage, knowing that people were like, "Oh, I didn't think you could do it." Like,
it's like, oh my God, like I'm done. Because it's like, when I first got down here, I had no like direction of where I wanted to go with my life. So it's like, I went from like cussing people out, fighting, and I first got down here, it's like as soon as somebody say something wrong to me, I'm like, yeah, like, so it's like to go from that whole transition, like of being this person from Baltimore, not having no experience of being in a whole different state, to now like I'm graduating college, like I did have people know me around here. I don't have no family in South Carolina, so it's like I'm the first person in my whole family to be able to do that. Nobody even graduated college. They didn't have kids, like graduated high school, let alone. So it's like, you did that. Like, you did that. Like, ain't nobody else you ain't do that. Like, ain't nobody else. Like, all praise be to God. But thank you, God.
Them be the people with the most to say, the people who haven't accomplished that, you know? They be talking the most, and it's like, you don't know how hard this is. Like,
facts.
At least I did it.
Facts.
So, I guess, like, what was that transition like for you from being like you said, you were fighting and getting into it people, and to now being a businesswoman? Like, what was that transition like for you?
Because it was more so like, okay, well, all right, Keal, you down here by yourself. Like, you can't just ain't nobody, you can't call your mother, you can't call your cousins. Like, you gotta, like, bite your tongue. Like, you can't be doing all of that. Like, people is 8 hours away. They gotta get to you. Those people, they're like 10 minutes away. They gonna jump on you. Like, you go ahead and do something. Like, they gonna jump. Like, no. Like, you gotta pick your battles. But at the same time, like, respectfully. So it's like, it was all about me learning how to communicate and voice my opinion without being a pushover, but also coming off respectfully without making people feel offended. So it's like, even in the business, I would still go off on people like, oh, well, girl, you shorted me $5. That's all you had to say. Like, you ain't had it. But it's like, okay, you can't be doing all that. You got to kind of like tone it down. Like, because people already be like, all right, you talk aggressive. You from up north. So it's like, okay, so it's kind of like learning, just picking my battles, like, and understanding every action don't deserve a reaction, and just understanding how to communicate with people, especially in business. Like, you deal with so many different type of people, and especially in the beauty industry, you're dealing with so many different type of women at the same time. And women, we hard to deal with, and we want what we want. So it's like being able to try to like please different women and understanding like, okay, you can't please everybody, but you got to be able to effectively be able to communicate that when you can't please a person. So that was my biggest thing with as far as being a business owner and making that transition.
That's good that you like learned that now, because it's just, I feel like now it's so hard in the beauty industry for people to even value as a person and then a customer. You know? 'Cause I know that I'm a customer. I know that you're providing a service, and then I'm coming and I'm giving you money for this service. But at the end of the day, I'm still a human.
Facts.
And you're still a human as well. So we both have to like talk to each other.
Facts.
And it's not a transactional thing, because when you just look at it as a transactional thing, all respect goes out the window. Once I feel like you being rude to me, I'm gonna be rude back.
Exactly, you know? Exactly. So it's like I kind of like gotta bite my tongue with that, because it's like, oh, okay, well, you're right. I'll accept accountability for XYZ, but however, per the policy,
right? Because some of them be tripping too now.
Per the policy, you ain't. Yeah.
You ain't do that. Because you're wrong too, but you know, because some of them don't be right. I be looking at the stories on Instagram and stuff, and I be like, well, the client actually is wrong.
You know, like, no, for real, 9 times they don't read. But
that is true. That, you know, reading is fundamental.
Very.
It's very fundamental.
Very.
So, we kind of knocked out a lot of the questions that I did have with, snippets. We'll move earlier. So I'm going to transition into music, and then we're kind of going to go back into hair too. Okay. So with music, tell us about that specific time frame. I know you said you always were into it growing up in the church, but what was that like? Like, tell us what was that specific time frame that made you feel like I'm going to do this?
Okay, so I started in high school. Well, okay. First, I was always singing, and then I eventually started, like, rapping. But it was more so, like, I was growing up listening to, like, Lil Wayne, and I like his lyricism, like, how he had his wordplay. So then it was kind of like, I give it to her. Then when Nicki Minaj came out, and it was like, damn. Like, okay, I fuck with it. Okay, she hard. So it was kind of like that. It was like that time. I was like, okay, I can really do it. Then I gave it a break, but it always kind of like came back to me. Like, people be hitting me up like, oh, like, yo, you still rapping? I'm like, nah, I don't do all of that. But the music kept coming around. So I want to say Nicki Minaj had dropped Bend Me Up Scotty again. Like, she re-released it. And I was like, damn, like, and I did like a freestyle to the Don't, like, Itty Bitty Piggy. So I was like, oh, bitch, you still got it. Like, that shit was like, girl, you still got it. So I was like, okay, like, I think I can actually do this. And then at that time, I was coming in contact with, like, so many people in the music industry as far as, like, just in the back end, like, A&Rs, marketing consultants, like, management for different people. And it was just, like, coming around, and it was genuine connection. So it was kind of like, I mean, you could do it. Like, and it's always, and then when my grandmother passed, it was kind of like, okay, well, this is something that she wanted you to do anyway. So it's like, why not go ahead and give it a shot?
Why not? Because looking back at, like, Nicki, she was like a true game changer for a lot of things in the music industry. And I feel like people, they give her props, but they don't give her as much props as she should have, as she should get now. Because she definitely, like, when Itty Bitty Piggy was like, that was across the board. Like, in middle school, I was in middle school, and we used to rap that thing like almost every day.
Facts, word for word, word for word, word for word. And I'm not even a bar, but word for word.
Right.
Facts. Facts.
So I love that. That's a person who made you be like, you know what? If she can do it, I can. Because I feel like a lot of women have that story when they get into music because of Nicki. Like, she definitely set the tone for a lot of female rappers.
But then also, it's like a lot of garbage. So I felt like, dang, if they could go ahead and do it, I know I can do it. I ain't no shade.
It is a lot of garbage.
No shade. It's no shade. No shade to nobody else, but no shade.
I'm not going to lie. When I was looking at your music videos, I was like, she has something. Because you're welcome. Like, when you look at people who are where they are now, and you look back at their old stuff, you're like, how? Who saw what in you, you know? But with you, I was like, you actually have, like, you could tell that you're passionate about it. You could tell that you have, like, an actual story behind your songs and your videos. Like, everything is so well thought out.
Yeah,
that's how it comes across.
Thank you. I try to.
So I definitely feel like you have something. To me, I don't know if you admire Cash Doll, but you do kind of have.
People be saying that. I get that. Like, people do say that, and I fuck with Cash Doll. I'm not really too much into her music, however, but I do fuck with Cash Doll. Like, I fuck with her.
You do give me her energy, like that boss bitch type of energy, like. Can't step to me too easily. Talk to me nice.
Don't talk to me twice.
That's the energy that you give me, and I love that. I love meeting women who have that type of energy towards them, because it's like, you can't play with her, and you're not about to talk to her crazy. Especially in the music industry, you gotta have
Girl,
that.
You have to have that. You have to have that, especially in a male-dominated industry. You have to have that.
Definitely.
Like, it's not even like a question. Like, you gotta not be. You come across so much bull with men in this industry. It's not even funny. It's not like, you gotta literally, like, put your foot down, stand on business. Because if not, I mean, it's not too many that really are standing on business. outside of that. Like, especially, I don't want you to think I'm just a pretty face. Like, no, like I'm smart. Like I can pretty much do everything that you saying that you could do for me, if not better, or 10 times for myself, or hire 10 times more people, or you, whatever the case may be, and do it for myself versus allowing you to do it.
Right.
And there's too many male egos with that. But it's like, at the end of the day, it's like sometimes you still gotta, as a woman, step back, let the man take the lead, but still at the end of the day, no. This is me.
Like, I am her.
I am her.
You're going to hear what I have to say.
And you're going to hear what I have to say. Like, this is my opinion.
Right. One of the, like, clips that I really admire, or, like, really, like, look back on and think about a lot, is when Nikki was, when she was fussing about something, and she was like, if I was a man, y'all would be listening to what I had to say. But because I'm a woman, I'm a bitch.
Exactly. No, like 100%. It's been times where like I've had shows and I'm needing them to send me flyers, and they won't answer me. Like, they're trying to like talk to me and figure out how we can get a date. And I'm like, bro, like, focus. Where's the music? Like, come on, like what's the address? What's the location?
Right.
And they're trying to talk to me, and then I gotta call a man and be like, hey, look, it's not working. Call this person, and the next thing you know, they shooting it over right away. And it's like, why do it gotta be all of that?
Right.
Like, why do it gotta be all of that?
I hate that so much. And I really want to get to the bottom of why it's like that.
Girl, I really... Because
it's like, damn, man, like, everybody don't want to sleep around. Everybody don't want to, like, be known for that. Everybody don't want to have that attached to them. I am trying to make it this way.
This way.
Why? You talk down about the women who do it the other way. So why can't you respect me trying to do it this way?
Why can't you respect me doing it this way? And especially with me being, like, Sullivan and everything, and I come off, like, and... different guys, I'm coming across different guys, and I express that. It's like, bro, like, I just want to do my music. Right. I just want to handle my business. Like, we ain't got to go into all of that extra stuff. Like, I just want to handle my business. Right. Why you can't respect my mind, respect my creativity, respect my artistry, and not want to, like, sleep with me? But then it kind of be like, I mean, I understand. Because it's like, you see the material, but I mean... Stop. Like, have some self-control. Like, have some self-control.
You say you're celibate. So talk a little bit about what got you to that point. If you want to. You don't have to now. But you mentioned it, and I was like, ooh, okay.
Yeah, so pretty much, like, I just felt like, as a woman, you know, we are nurturing creatures. Like, we're women, like, you know, like, we like to be... you know, like, nurturing the people, and sometimes, like, we come across people where we feel like we can save them, we can heal them, and just that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I was in a situation where I was in a toxic relationship, and it was just pretty much based off of sex. And I felt like, had I waited out time before I actually got more time to know that person, I would have been able to get rid of him way faster than, you know, so, and it ended really, really bad. So it was like, at that point, I just made a vow to myself, like, you know, like, now, like, when you meet people and you're dating and you're going through this, like, you need to actually, like, you don't take away the physical. Like, just actually get to know a person, because it's like, lust is real. Like, you'll come across somebody and you be thinking you like them, you love them, or whatever the case may be, but it be lust. It's a physical attraction. And then it's like, once you get into that, as I'm getting older, I'm like, sex is more than just sex. It's energy transfer, it's a rhythm, it's a soul connection, it's a soul tie, and you don't want to have those type of attraction, those attachments to you. So it's like, after that, then I got more into church, and it just brought me, like, I want to value my body, value my temple, like, save this for my husband.
I love that.
So, you know, like, and it also got, you know, like, other younger girls, they be more into, like, okay, well, if she can do it and she look like that, I know I can do it too. Like, it's not, you gotta...
It starts with your mind.
Sex will cloud your mind.
It'll
cloud your mind.
It really will. And you can be sexy. You can still be yourself. You don't have to, like, dim your light down. You don't have to try to cover yourself up. You can still be you and be celibate. You know, I think most people try to get that confused, and they want women to just hide everything and put them in a box. And it's like, but no, like, I can respect myself and still look good.
Yeah, facts.
You know, so I admire that about you. You know, and I know it's hard trying to even, you know, having to get to that point and being like, you know what, I see a pattern. Let me just stop this right here. You know.
Yeah.
So a lot of respect.
Girl, I mean, 'cause don't get me wrong, like, I mean, but the longer you're celibate, it's kind of like you start to realize, like, a lot of these men ain't even worth your time, ain't even worth your body.
Right.
Like, it's like, once you get into that point and be like, I could have probably gave you some, but you done just showed me I don't even like you like that. I don't even like you.
You been messing up for yourself.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah.
So tell us about your most memorable performance.
Okay, so my most memorable performance was when I opened up for T-Rail. And it was like probably, I would say it's only probably like 13 people in there.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was like, Keal, ain't nobody in there. You ready to go? Like, what we going to do? Now, mind you, I brought like 10 people with me. So they ain't even coming inside yet. But they was charging like $40 at the door. So they was like, nah. So, in the midst of that, I wound up talking to the promoter and telling him that some of the other artists that were supposed to go on too, they had left. Mm-hmm. Just because they had been there hours, the artists hadn't shown up yet, and they was trying to figure out like when were they going on. Mm-hmm. So they were like, Keal, like, you know, like, what's going on? Like, what we gonna do? Like, it's $40. So I wound up saying a promoter, and I was like talking to him, and in the midst of that, he was trying to get in contact with somebody else that I knew. Mm-hmm. And he was like, I'm trying to get the contact to such and such, like, so I can bring the artist there. And I was like, well, look, I know that person. Like, I could call them, I can make this work, but look, I need you to get my people in, blah, 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 like that. So he wound up working it out. So they came in, and when they got in there, you know, I was able to like, you know, build a genuine connection with T-Rail, actually talk to him, chop it up with him, sit. And then I'm like, you know, when it was time for my performance, I had already talked to all of the people prior to me performing. Mm-hmm. So the videographer was like, nah, like, you trying to go? Like, it's dead in here. Like, it's dead. And I was like, but who would I be to expect to have a packed out audience? Like, if I'm just starting, don't nobody know who I am. Mm-hmm. But I can guarantee you after this performance, they're going to know who I am.
Know who you are.
And when I tell you, like, by the time everybody was like sitting down, it was a big open space. By the time I finished performing, everybody was up dancing. Like, it was like I was going around the room, and they was probably like stiff, like a little. But by the time I got finished, I got everybody, all the girls up dancing. Like, then that'd be my whole thing. Like, if I can get 1, 2, 3 people dancing or have it off of my music, I done done my job.
You did your job.
And it was all the women. Like, they were, the men can sit, but the women, y'all gonna come in with me. Like, y'all gonna come dance with me. So we had a good time. And even though it wasn't a lot of people, it was very memorable because everybody was like, you could have laughed, you could have did whatever, but it was probably one of the best shows for me.
And I love that, because what if that was a test for you, you know, to see from God, to see like, how is she gonna handle this?
Facts.
You know, it's not that many people in the crowd, but is she still gonna act like it's 1,000 people?
You know,
she got this talent that I gave her. Is she gonna use it to how I want her to?
Facts.
You know. Facts. So I love that you did that, because most people would be like, man, man.
Yeah.
Because I mean, what do we expect for real in Colombia? Like, a lot of people. For one, the promotion sucks half the time. So you are only one person. You can't promote that much. You know what I mean? Like, you can promote all you want, but you're one person.
Exactly.
If the club isn't promoting for themselves, but they want everybody else to promote for them, why isn't the club promoting anything?
Facts.
You got this show, you got this artist here, you got this here, you got all this stuff going on, but nobody knows about it.
Facts.
It's like people get on Facebook and be like, I didn't know that such and such came
to
town.
Exactly. Every time. So it's like, if y'all already don't even know my music and don't even know me, who am I to expect y'all to have like 500 people up in here? Who am I? Like, I didn't only been performing in South Carolina, North Carolina, and Atlanta. Like, why would I expect to be having a whole packed out show? And then y'all probably don't even still want to know my songs. But I appreciate it because I can guarantee you, well, all 13 of those people, they now know who Keal is.
You are.
And they know my music. They're following me on Instagram and they're keeping up. They're like, she still came out and did what she was supposed to do on this night when there was not anybody else in it.
And they're going to definitely remember that.
Thanks.
Because you got to be humble. You got to be like, okay. Because everybody got their small beginnings. Everybody has their small beginnings. Like me, like my last episode got 100. And to some people, that would be, man, it's 100 views. And I'm like, this is great.
Yeah,
oh my God.
You gotta celebrate the small wins.
I'm like, I want to take a shot. You know?
Facts. Because it's like, if we was to go into somewhere else and you had 100 people looking at you, like, you're going to be like, damn, like, that's 100 people, but 100 views, like, that's big. Like, that's major. Like, people take that for granted because it's like, you got other people out here getting 100,000, 100 million. But it's like, they started at 100. They started at 10. Exactly. They started at 5. Exactly. So it's like you gotta celebrate those small wins because who are you to be like, I need to get 100 million in 2 days?
And it's not gonna happen. Like that do not happen overnight. Unless you're Beyonce and big name, that is not gonna happen.
And even Beyonce performed at a point where it was only 5 people or people wasn't even listening to them. Right. You know? Right. So it's like you gotta put the work in.
You do have to put the work in. So remember that, y'all. Put the work in. Okay, so we are going to transition into our next segment. I'm still trying to find a name for it because it was at first it was called Q&A, but I felt like it was so boring. So I think I'm gonna call it either Girl Chat or Let's Get Deep. So I'm still working out the name. So y'all gotta help me come up with a name for this. Okay. So the first question I have for you is going to be: who are your top 5 inspirations and who are your top 5 artists?
I would say my top 5 inspirations, and they kind of weird. It's kind of weird, but like some of the people that I would say, but I admire as far as inspirations for marketing and everything, like in with music and stuff. Nipsey Hussle. Okay. Mingli. You know Mingli? Because she's like business mogul, business mogul. Who else? Girl, I get Jocelyn Hernandez.
But she's smart though.
She's smart. People don't understand. Like, no, when you're a real hustler and you see how somebody move and market that, she's smart, bro. She's smart. Jocelyn Hernandez. Okay, Beyonce. Okay. Because I love her work ethic. And just like her drive for everything. Matter of fact, we're going to put her at number 1. Okay. And then we're going to go Jocelyn Hernandez, Mingli, Nipsey Hussle. Okay. And, yeah, I think that's it. Oh, I'm going to add Keisha Keal in there too because she's smart. Yeah, she's smart too. She's smart. She's smart. She's smart.
Okay, and your top 5 artists?
My top 5 artists would be, I'm going to say, I'm gonna just go from old in there. Okay. So Tupac, Lil Wayne, Brent Faiyaz, Sade, and I'm trying to think who else I was with in there that I'd be listening to. I just throw Nicki in there. Okay. Top 5.
Top 5. Y'all heard it here first. Top 5. That's a good lineup. Okay, you got some rap, you got some soul in there. That is a good lineup. I like that one. People don't really talk so much about Sade or Brent. Like, well, the young girls, like we talk about Brent, but most people don't keep him in conversation as far as like trying to keep R&B alive.
No, he's hard. Like he's hard. And I can honestly say like some of my newer music is kind of like I be listening to like I listen to like Pandora, so I listen to like Brent, and that's like playing all the time in the shop, and Sade, like just like soulful music, because a lot of music don't have no soul in it no more. It don't make you feel good. It don't relate to nothing that I got going on. Like I ain't messing with a scammer. I ain't riding around shooting up people's blocks. Like I ain't doing none of that. I got my little gun just to protect my shop, but I ain't shot nobody. Like I hope I don't have to. But
I hope you don't have to either.
As far as that, like, you know, it don't be relatable. Like, it's not nothing that I'm going through. And I be feeling like a lot of people, they don't get no, like, a lot of the music be samples and like inspired from older artists, but they don't go deep back. Like, they'll probably go back to the 90s and the 2000s. But it's like, I be listening to music from like the 70s, like the 80s and stuff like that, and getting inspiration from that, because it's like that music really like had meaning. It really like put you in a time like where you can still listen to it and be like, okay, like this a vibe. Right. Like, okay, like I can see why they was liking this. So that'd be my whole thing. As far as like those artists, like they have timeless hits where it's like you can listen to them and it's like anytime.
And you can't date it because this could have came out yesterday.
You know?
And I guess that what you feel like that kind of inspires you to want to make timeless music.
Oh yes, most definitely. Because me personally, I feel like when you hear this, is when I finally do drop that project, it's no skip. It's no skip.
No skip.
But as timeless, like you can be like, all right, I'm going through this, and I feel like 10 years, 15 years, 20 years from now, like people gonna be like, damn, like I'm going through this, and it can heal them or make them feel like, damn, well, she got through that, I can get through that. Because I feel like everybody's been through toxic situations. Everybody felt like, you know, they had friends hating on them. Everybody been through a moment where they felt like they was in love and the person they loved them back, or like, you know, like just different situations, or they felt like they was an underdog and they wanted to be able to climb from that.
Right.
So it's like everybody goes through those different situations, male or female. So it's like that's where most of my inspiration comes from, like my true feelings, like my true experiences, where everybody can relate to that. And I feel like a lot of these things that we listen to nowadays is not relatable.
It's not. So speaking about your music, you just dropped a video, Don't Answer. So walk us through the process behind that. And that was I really like that video. That's why I was talking about, like, your videos look like you actually put a lot of thought into the concept behind it.
Facts.
So talk about a little bit about that with us.
So Don't Answer was really just like a fun record that I wanted to do. Like I was literally like listening to the beat and in the kitchen, and I was just like listening to it. And I was twerking to it, and I was like, and that beat, I was like, damn.
It is
so
hard.
I was just like playing around with it, and then I was just like, bro, like, no, like at the time, that toxic situation that I was going through, like, that nigga was blowing my phone up, and it was like, bro, like, I'm not answering the phone for you, like, at all. So it's like, all right, okay. Put that in there. Like, you might think I'm out doing X, Y, Z, but no, I'm not really doing nothing. Like, I'm minding my business. So with the video, I wanted it to be like a portrayal. Like, guys be thinking that you're out doing X, Y, Z, you doing whatever. And the whole purpose of the song was to be like, oh yeah, like, sir, I'm out with this nigga, I'm out with that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But really, I'm just out washing clothes. I done went and got sexy to go and get cute and get my hair done just to prove a point. Like, bro, like, you know what you got. Like, this is what you got. Like, yeah. So that was like it, how I came up with that. Like, I just wanted it to be different. Most people would think like, oh, we just want to be twerking, shaking ass and just go ahead. And it was like, okay, well, do something different. Like, not the normal, what people expect. Still give sexy, still give like, sexy, you know, but not too much. Not too, you ain't got to do too much. Like a little TT, like a little,
little one too.
Yeah.
So when you drop your videos and your songs, like, are you ever nervous about how people perceive it? Like, how do you go into, you're like, okay, this is the date and that's it?
I be trying to have like meaningful dates. I don't be trying to just drop, but now I'm trying to get out of that because I be like holding myself back because I have like so much unreleased music and I haven't dropped a project. But my small fan base that I do have, they be like, you know, where's your EP? Where's the EP? Where's the EP? So I be kind of like nervous about the only video that I was kind of nervous about was like Toxic because I'm just like, it was very like sexy.
Was.
It was really sexy.
The kiss, I was like, oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was very sexy. And I just be like, I'm just honestly getting into my sexy, like, of womanhood. Like, I always get like, cute. Like, okay, she cute. But it's like now growing into like my grown woman and being like sexy and being like comfortable with me, my body, and like being okay with like showing that off. It's like, my people gonna see this. No, my father gonna look at this. No. So, like, that's the only time. But other than that, I be kind of like, I want to, like, do people get the message that I'm giving in the videos?
I definitely, because when I was going to ask you about it, because you said that when you were going through that situation, I was going to ask if that was, you know, it had any, of course, but, you know, but I was like, okay, not putting the gun on any all right.
Yeah.
Hope that wasn't a real situation. Because that's scary now. But definitely told a story. It definitely told a story. It definitely made you feel like, damn, I can remember a time like that, you know? Like, it's so relatable, and I really feel like you really did truly embody, like, it wasn't raunchy.
Yeah.
And there's a big difference between sexy and raunchy.
I didn't want to get raunchy.
And you gave sexy.
I didn't want to get raunchy. Because my main thing is I don't want to get raunchy. Just, everybody give it raunchy. I don't want to get raunchy. I still want to give a little class. Like, people don't have no coof no more. And I still want to be like, okay, well, I can still be sexy and still be classy, like, and be covered up. Like, bitch, I look good in a turtleneck.
Period.
And a skirt to my ankles.
Period. Because it's on the inside that sex appeal comes from here and here. And, you know, it don't really come by like what you wear. It's just you gotta have it on you. Wait, is it? What is
it's
it?
In you.
There you go.
It gotta be in you. It ain't on you.
There you go. It's in you, not on you.
Yes.
You know. So I was really like, you know, looking at everything because I was doing my research. I was like, I make sure I got all my stuff together. I gotta know what I'm talking about now. You know. So all of your videos, like, I really like feel like you have something. Like,
thank you.
Most of these people, like, I be talking junk. Sidebar, I be talking junk because I'm like, you just gonna go to the strip club every time? That's what y'all wanna do?
Like, that's it.
That's what we gonna do. Like, okay. And then y'all ain't throwing up at like $20.
Like 20. Like 20.
Okay.
Like, that's cute.
All right. We don't have no storyline no more.
Like you remember going home? Like, I don't know if you. I mean, I feel like I'm telling my age with that. But like 106 and Park, like watching videos and just being able to like look at it and be like, dang, like yo, like to see the videos like when they had the countdowns and stuff like that. So it's like I came from the town like that. So it's like I put that same type of effort into my videos because when people see it, I want you to get the story, like the paint that I'm painting with my music. I want you to be able to visually like see what I'm talking about.
You definitely can.
You know, definitely. So
it's definitely coming across that way. And I'm glad that you mentioned 106 Apart because that is definitely like we're missing that. Like we don't have that anymore. Nobody wants to tell a story. Like everybody just want to talk junk about this person, talk junk about that person, shake their ass and stick a gun in your face and throw money. Like that's all they want to do in the music videos. And I just feel like, where's the art behind
Where's the art? Because it's like music is so much more than just the music. Like it's a whole art behind it. Like down to the covers, down to like what you wearing, like the people in it, the movement, the dancing, how it make you feel. Like it's all down to an art. Like literally, like so. It's like when I get into it, like I try to put my full creativity into it, like down to like the detail, like the smallest details. Like I want it to be like okay, so people can really get where I'm coming from. Like because I'm taking this from my mind and I'm having a vision. I want other people to be able to get it
because you have to. I think most people don't understand is you kind of have to like the way you want to plan a video out. You gotta act like it's a kindergarten. That you like so many details have to go into it for the person to understand. Like you may be like, okay, this song is about sunflowers. And it ain't no sunflower nowhere. So how am I supposed to know the song is about sunflowers if the video has nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like
when you got a bunch of pickles around. Like, you got pickles around talking about sunflowers.
So it's like, you really have to treat it like you're talking to a child. The viewer it's not in your head. The viewer doesn't understand all the time. Like, they get it, but you have to paint it, spell it out for them to feel, to be inside your mind, to get the story and to get your vision across. You have to literally be like 1, 2, 3. You gotta spell it out.
Facts.
So moving on to the. Thank you. I'm like, this little stubborn little hair. Okay, so I know we kind of touched on it a little bit, but outside of like being a woman in the music industry, what is like one of the biggest challenges you have faced? Like, is there like a specific time that you can recall?
Niggas just be wanting them. And I just don't be with it. I'm not with it. And I'm like, I'm just not with it. I'm not interested. Mm-hmm. I'm not interested. Probably like, okay, but I'll give an example. Like, probably one of my hardest times was like, just dealing with the men in the industry. Like, I've had where I was booked for a show, and then the people that I was working with, like, they didn't come. They weren't there to make sure everything went right. And I don't have management. So, again, like, when it was time for me to go and do the performance, it was just so much miscommunication. And I'm like, bro, like, this is the second time y'all did this. The first show, y'all already told me that y'all weren't going to work with these people no more. And then it's like the second time comes around and then y'all working with these people again. And then I'm coming up here and I'm having to strong arm like men. Like, I got to come up to them like, hey, like, look. And I got to still like put my sex appeal on to kind of like please their ego in order to kind of like get what I want. But still like at the same time, put my foot down. And then it's like, even still after that, it was like, it was so exhausting as me being the artist. Like, this isn't something that I should have to be dealing with. I should be able to have someone where they're going in, talking to these people, making sure everything is straight. And instead of me having to talk to the person at the door, talk to the promoter, talk to the DJ, right, talk to this person, talk to that person, make sure I know where I'm sitting at, make sure what time I go on, make sure I go in, make sure all my people straight, make sure that when I go in here, I got this good, right, make sure I got this drink, make sure I got that, make sure. It was just too much. And then by the time it was time for me to perform, I was just so over it. So it's like, that was probably one of the most stressful times for me. Mm-hmm. So I just made sure, like, you know, like, but it's all a learning process. It's all a learning process too. So I just know how to like maneuver at this level. So when it comes to that level, when I do have me being able to do all of these things on my own, mm-hmm, when the next person comes in, this is what you're supposed to be doing. Right. This is your job. Mm-hmm. This is, you're supposed to do X, Y, Z, and I could be able to effectively tell them, you do X, Y, Z. Right. So you just gotta set the standard. So yes, after me, it shouldn't be no more mess up. It shouldn't be no more mess up. I should have scared you enough to where you want to do right, because you shouldn't want to have to get talking to ever again. Facts. Facts. My favorite thing is to be like, "What's your name?" And they'll be like, da, 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 da. And I'll be like, "Okay, well, Steve, how do you feel like, you know, like, because come on." But that's good. I like how you do that. I'm going to use that. What's your name? Okay, well. Because you got to be personal with them. And then at the same time be like, you want some bullshit. Facts. Like, don't play with me like that. Like, don't do that. Do not do that to me. Because I'm being as nice as I can. I would hate to bring out this other side. You know? I don't want to have to do all that. Because I'm a nice person. And I hate when people start to take my kindness for weakness. And it's like, all right, then I got to go, now what's going on? Like, what's up? What's going on now? And I hate to have to get like that, because it's like, I just want to be like, chill. I want to like. You want to live your soft life. My soft life. Like, I just be wanting to like, okay. It's like, I got to, right. What's going on? Like, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. It takes too much energy for me. It does. It takes a lot of energy to be mad. A lot. And to even have to get to that point. Like, this could have been done right the first time. The first time. You see how easy that was? Did you see how easy that was? Like, why couldn't it have been done the first time? Like, I got to do it myself. I don't want to have to do it by myself, but I got to go do it myself at this point. Girl.
I hope they get it together.
Thanks.
I really hope they do. But it's been like this for so long, I doubt that they ever will.
It just I feel like it just be boiling down to having like a good team, like, and everybody being on the same page.
That's true.
Like everybody being on the same page.
That is true. So, kind of getting out of music and kind of going back into the beauty industry. You got this famous pink hair, you know. So, what happened? Like, what was to be like? You know what? This is gonna be my signature, and I'm sticking with it.
Okay, so I shaved my hair, and 2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago? Yeah, I shaved my hair 2 years ago, and then I had dyed it pink, and I hated it.
Really?
I dyed it pink, and I hated it. I was like, like this ain't it. No. And then it was a time when I did the dollar for dollar challenge, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna try pink again one more time. And I did it short, but then I also had like a long wig that I had dyed pink, and it was just so cute. Like, it was just so cute. I just loved how it looked. Like, I had my all black on with my pink hair. And I was like, this is just so cute. And then every time I did it, I was like, okay, well, now all my wigs about to be pink. And I just do different shades of pink. And then, so now it's like, when people see me, they be like, the girl with the pink hair. Even if, I don't care if you don't even know my name. You gonna say, if you say the girl with the pink hair, people gonna know who you talking about. They gonna know who you talking about. You gonna say the girl with the pink hair? Yeah. Her. Cause ain't nobody doing pink hair like, and I'm saying I do just so many different styles like of pink. And people don't have different styles of pink. Like, they'll do it with a wig, but they're not doing it with their natural hair. They're not doing it with braids. They're not doing it with locks. They're not doing it in all different forms and fashions, ponytails, and they not doing that.
And it looks really good on you.
Thank you.
Because I was like, oh, your hair is pink. I love that. And then when I saw you doing it, I said, oh, so this is her thing. Like, okay, I like this. Then when I said, oh, she's doing her own hair, like, oh my God, this is a talented girl over here. What is going on? I went through like a lot of different stages. I was like, oh my God. Like, I don't think I even realized it. When we did our shoot together, and then you was like, yeah, I gotta go do my hair, and I was like, wait, and then you came the next day with the Chinese, because I think
the little blonde,
and I was like, okay, you just had your hair in a ponytail the other day, okay, I love the switch up, and then that's when I think like a week later, that's when I realized you was Slave Society, and I was like, oh, that makes so much sense. That makes a lot of sense. So I was scrolling when I was doing my research. I was scrolling, and I saw a post that you made. It's probably gonna come up in your memories because it was December 12th, and it was a picture from you freshman year, and then it was a picture of you like one I would say was your grand opening day.
Yeah.
So I know, like, how proud of yourself are you?
You know, I be proud of myself, but I be having imposter syndrome sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, like, I be like, girl, you are not, like, it's not. No. I do. But I be like, sometimes I gotta sit back and I be thinking, like, yo, you came a long way. Like, the things that you used to pray about, like, the things that you wanted for yourself, the things, like, you kind of, like, I kind of take it for granted because it's like, I don't know, I don't, like, really, like, celebrate or make it a big deal for some of my wins. So it's kind of like, when I do it, it'd be like, all right. So I be kind of like shy when people be like, yo, you're like, oh my, I be like, stop. Like, no. Like, but I be like having to take that in, like, it, like, be proud of myself. Because it's like, I be kind of like too humble to pop my shit sometimes. When it's like, when I really like sit back and I write that shit on paper and like really like, look at it like, like, no, bitch, you really that girl. Like, bitch, you that girl. Like, you're that girl. But, I mean, it still be kind of, like, surreal for me sometimes, like, that I be doing the stuff that I do because it's, like, I put so much work into it. So when it finally is the outcome comes into it, I'll be kind of like, it'd be kind of like a weight off my shoulders. Like, okay, I can breathe now until the next thing. What's next? And I'd be so ready, like, what's next? So I think that's kind of where it's at. But I am proud of myself because I got my sisters, my siblings, my cousins, my niece, That's my biggest fan, girl. Like, she's a trip. Like, but she, like, I be wanting to make sure that I'm setting a good example for them.
Right.
So I be more so just worried about, like, my family and stuff like that. Because it's like, that's who I'm doing it for. Like, if they not happy with, I be kind of like, all right, well. But I am proud of myself for that because I came a long way.
And you really should be. I think we deserve to give ourselves our own flowers a lot more often, because before you're even like a big like age number, you know what I'm saying? Like, before you even get older, you have accomplished so much. And a lot of people can't say that. Like, it's people in their 60s, in their 50s that are upset that they haven't, that they never achieved this one thing. And their whole lifelong dream was to own an ice cream shop. And they never got to do that. So, like, actually seeing a dream and sticking to it, that's a lot to be proud of. And you deserve to, like, pat yourself on the back for that, because a lot of, like you said, your nieces, like, a lot of young women look up to us and we don't realize that. You know, we live our life, like, doing this, like, doing da-da-da-da, yeah, but then it's like somebody's always watching, and you never know who is watching. So are you going to be proud about how somebody tells your story? You know? So I think we always have to, like, think about that and celebrate your wins, even no matter how little it is, because if you don't, nobody else is going to. And if they do, you're still going to be like, you know what I'm saying? Because some people, they might, but it might be backhand.
Right.
You know, like, everybody isn't going to be a cheerleader. So you have to be your biggest cheerleader, especially in the music industry. Like, you have to be your biggest fan.
Facts. I'm learning that too. Like, to celebrate my small wins. Like, really, like, because I noticed, like, even when I first started out with the hair, like, I would celebrate everything. Oh, girl, I got my 2 clients. Oh, I got me my first flyers. And it's like, okay, like, you could do that same thing with your music. Like, just celebrate yourself. Like, regardless of whoever else is in your corner, whether it's nobody in your corner, like, celebrate yourself. Because at the end of the day, people, I mean, they gonna hop on it at one point in time.
Right.
But you gotta make people believe. And that's why I'll still be learning that as far as with the music. I'll still be kind of like, damn, you really doing music. So that too, on top of the shop and all of that. It's like, damn, like, okay, you're doing this.
So where do you want to take, like, cosmetology in the future? Do you still feel like you'll still be doing it while you're doing music, or do you plan to, like, kind of own the shop and have somebody else in the head chair?
So that's pretty much been my goal. Like, I wanna, cause I be doing classes, so I wanna, like, train up people so that way when you come into my salon, I wanna be able to franchise my salon. So when you go into any slave society across the world, you're gonna be able to see, like, oh, they all know how to do hair.
That's smart.
You know, so, like, that's really my main goal, cause a lot of people. I know, like, in the music industry, they don't have a different vice outside of the music, and they don't have anything like, and they be broke. So it's kind of like I already have that kind of leverage of having my own brand established before I came into the music. I was already who I was before I came into this. So now it's kind of like combining the two and making sure, like, okay, well, I'm keeping it, you know, balance as far as, like, you know, making sure, but I still try to incorporate my hair with my music. So it's like, okay, well, this is my brand though, like, as well, because a lot of people don't have a brand. So it's like me trying to push my brand so my brand is good before I get where I need to be.
But that is so smart though, because your brand can sponsor you. You know what I'm saying? You can have your flyer or your logo on the bottom of the flyer, sponsored by da 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 da. And then people be like, "Oh, you do hair too? Yeah, girl, I do hair. I can do hair." You know, be people in the crowd be like, "Here go my business card. You look like you might need me." You know?
Thanks.
You know, so it's so important to have, like, to not just be one dimensional, and to have so many avenues about yourself, and to make money so many different ways. So you're being really smart about it. I can say that. So continue to keep striving, and to continue to do the amazing things that you have planned for yourself. You know, because God has a lot in store for you. I always get that mixed up, but He has a lot in store for you, and it's up to us to want to go after it. Because we can down ourselves all day and be like, I don't know. And it's like, God is like, girl, what is you waiting on?
Thanks.
What is you waiting on? All you gotta do is post, and it's about to go hit 1 million views.
Okay.
And you won't even know because you ain't even posted.
Thanks.
You know. So, what do you feel like is missing in the beauty industry right now in like today's world? Because it used to be so different, like when our mamas was getting their hair done and stuff like that. So, what do you feel like in the current state it's in right now?
I think culture. Like, culture is the biggest thing that is missing. Because, like, you know, like, you can go in the shop, and you got somebody in there selling plates. You got, like, somebody coming in there, like, selling perfumes and stuff like that. Like, you coming in, even though you've been there all day, like, it's an experience. And I feel like they taking away the salon experience because it's like going into the salon was like a family. And it's like nowadays, like people got a flower wall and they don't even talk to you. And it's like you just in there in dead silence. Probably listening to a little bit of Sexy Red and then ain't nothing
now
going
you
on.
upset. Now you angry.
I'm angry. Like the energy in here is
and I'm hungry.
And I'm hungry. I ain't even got a snack or water. I bite to eat. But yeah, I gotta come wash, blow dry, and braid it. And then you got a flower wall and they get to talking to me.
Like it's taking me out.
It's the grass flower wall. Like sweet.
In a ring light.
In a ring light. In a ring light. You got a flower wall, grass wall, flowers in a ring light. And you ain't said 2 words to me. And it's nothing. So I'll be feeling like it's a lot of culture missing. Because it's like you go into the salons nowadays and it's not, well, people don't do salons no more. They're doing suites, and everybody wants to be their own boss, which is no problem with that, but you got to start from somewhere. And people automatically be thinking like, okay, they went to school, they can do this, and they can just automatically jump into it. But it's like, being in the salon is like the community. Like, when you go in there, you have people from all different ages, and I came from being in salons where there's multiple women in there, so for me, it was like those were like my big sisters. Yeah. Like they taught me stuff. You know what I'm saying? You got Miss Victoria, she like 50 and married, and she got her kids, they my age, and then you got another one. You know, it's just the culture. Like we can talk to each other, we there with each other all day. They got their clients, I got my clients, and we all in there just laugh and joke and have fun. We cry, like it's just different things. But it's like nowadays you don't get that, like that same culture feeling.
You really don't, and that is true. Like that is what's really, I feel like that is what's missing. Everybody do want to be so independent. They want to make all this money by themselves, but then don't know how to do anything with it outside of that. So when you have people around that can teach you different things, you're going through this because you ain't never been through this stage in your business life, so you don't know how to handle that.
Exactly.
You know, this girl want this style, and you don't know. But if you would have had somebody else in there that would have been like, oh, I ain't got to do it, you're like, okay, cool.
Facts.
You know?
Because it's a sisterhood. It's a sisterhood. Like, being in the salon is a sisterhood.
Definitely, it's a sisterhood. So, coming into a close, because I really hate to close. This is going really great. But I tried to keep y'all too long. So, what do you feel like is the best advice you have ever received as a woman? It can be any part in your life. It could be about music, hair, relationships, whatever. What is the best advice anybody has ever given you?
The best advice anybody gave me is pretty much like love yourself. Like love yourself and know your worth. Because a lot of people don't. And I can honestly say it probably took me a while just to be like comfortable and loving on me. And young girls nowadays, they don't understand that. Like, it's so important to love yourself, and you don't. It's so simple, it's so small, but it's like it changes the trajectory of your life. Like, if you don't love yourself, you're gonna take a lot of hits from men, women, friends, relationships. It's like you're not gonna really understand. And if you don't value yourself, you're going to accept anything. You're not going to appreciate just different things. You're not going to stand on certain stuff. So just even with my like younger siblings and my nieces, like I teach them like, you know, like love yourself, like work, like value yourself, like don't let nobody play with you. Like don't let nobody talk to you any type of way just because you're whatever they think they are, whatever perspective they have of you, you can say no. You can stand on that. Like, whatever you feel, stand on that. Like, be who you are. Like, unapologetically. And love yourself. Like, ain't nobody else gonna love you like you love you.
That's so true.
So, that's one of the best things.
So true. And beautifully said. So, would that be the same advice you would give to somebody else? Or do you have anything else that you would like to pass on for somebody to learn?
think? I think that would be the advice I would give them, because that's just my main thing. Like, just love yourself. Like, don't be a follower. Don't be a follower. Always be a leader. Like,
always be a leader.
Always be a leader. That's one thing that you can instill in me. Yeah.
Okay. So, thank you so much for coming on.
Of course.
This was great.
Before we end, though, I do want to give you your flowers and say, I thank you for having me come. Because, like, you're the only female that I know that have been doing, like, videos and kill that shit with the videography. That video that we did was bomb as fuck. Yeah. Like, it was, like, bomb. So it's, like, to see you starting your own podcast and everything, like, this is amazing. Like, this is, like, having a platform for different women to be able to come on and, like, talk. Like, I think this is awesome. This is great. I think this is the start of something great, and I just can't wait to see how God keeps blessing you.
Thank you. Oh, my goodness. Thank you so much. Thank you, for real. Because, girl, maybe a long time coming.
I know it be hard, but this is humble beginnings. Like, it's the start of something great. I feel like it's the start of something great.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, thank you. And y'all gotta go look at our video, cause we killed that shit. Like ate it up. Okay, left no crumbs.
None.
Like, I don't even think I could top that video. Like, I really think that's like one of my favorite videos.
That one was
hard. Everything just went so smooth. Like, it speaks for itself, to be honest. Like,
that motherfucker don't miss, man.
What you working with? Pay for this pussy, nigga. Yeah. Get your bands up. Or you ain't tricking, nigga. I'ma hit your mans up. Cold ass cocky bitch. Fire in the summertime. He gon' keep the bills paid, cause he know a bitch fine. Bitches always in my business. JC, what you really do? I be at home playing fetch by a swimming pool. I'm a real big dog, bitch. You a scrappy dude. Doing all that wifey shit, knowing he don't fuck with you.
That motherfucker don't miss, man.
It speaks for itself, and I really wish JC would have saw the video.
Like, facts.
I'm like, oh my god, this is like.
It was hard. It was hard.
We gotta collab again.
For sure, most definitely.
We do have to collab again.
Definitely.
Yeah, we make.
No, you did that. Like, it was like, it was on point. Like, down to the little kick. Like that was like, that's like, no, you caught it. But as a woman, you're able to know what angles to get to be like, okay, no, hit like this. This would be like, all right, no, do a little. And I'm like, yeah, and hit that. And then it's like, okay, boom. So then when you edit it, it's like, yeah, she did that. Like, she did that.
Because even with like outside of like promo videos, when I was doing like the club videos, I was like, okay, her face is looking a little scrunched up. I'm gonna cut it to this part. I try so hard to like make everybody look their best self, like, cause I know how I like overanalyze myself and my looks or whatever. So I would hate for somebody to put me in a video and I freaking hate how I look.
Exactly.
So I feel like if I don't like it, you might.
Exactly.
Or if somebody is twerking or whatever and it's a little, a lot going on, I'm get the best shot that I got. It's a lot of people who is just trying to show the inner dark circles of your crevices, and I don't think that we don't need to be doing that. Okay,
it's like that shit, like, and that, like, whole lace back here, and they got it all up in the camera, like,
they don't care.
And it's like, bro, like, that don't look right. That don't look right. Why you ain't go ahead and fix that?
Like, I'm in the business of making women feel good about themselves. I be a little nervous sometimes talking, so if y'all see me out, I do be nervous. I don't talk. I'm not really like a talker. But I really like for women to feel good about themselves, especially if I'm recording you. I really like look at every single thing that you got going on and make sure you look bomb. I really do. So thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. Even with the podcast, I really want people to come on and to just share their story, because we don't get to talk about, like I said before, we don't get to give ourselves flowers. We don't get to talk about what we've been through. And most people want to share Facebook posts, cool, whatever. So many people gonna see that. YouTube and the video interview style, you don't know who is gonna see that. You don't know who you are going to touch by saying this one little saying, and they needed that. They might be at their lowest point in their life, and all they needed was to see somebody look like them and be like, okay, we come from the same place. We got the same attitude. We got the same cadence. Like, if she can do it, I know I can.
Thanks.
You know?
Thanks.
So that's really my goal, and I'm glad that people are seeing it because I'm like, this is all I've been hoping for.
No
like,
cap. When I first saw you doing it, I was like, okay, I want to be on there. So I was honored. That you invited me. I was like, okay,
I had to get you on here. I had to, because I really feel like you do have a story to tell, and like with I see you working, I see you dropping, I see you posting, I see you like really want it, and it's so amazing to see an artist and an influencer like to want it so bad, you know, because some people are just doing it just cause,
right,
and there's no depth behind it, and you can tell there's an empty wall behind the surface,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So when you see somebody who is like so dedicated, making sure this look good, making sure that look good, got all my P's and Q's crossed, like you have an aesthetic about yourself, like somebody will be able to point you out of a crowd, you know?
Thanks.
And it's so refreshing to see that.
Yes.
Because people have to be able to be like, no, this is her style. I know how she is. I know how she like. Because even today, I was trying to figure out what I was going to wear, and I said, I know she's going to have on black. I know she's going to have on black. So let me try to like match, you know, I'm, you know, so it's like people have to be able to identify you as a person, as an artist. And, you know, it's amazing to see. So, yeah. So thank you again for coming on, and tell the people how they can support you, and tell them all about your social medias.
Okay, so y'all can subscribe, follow. All my music is on Keal K under Keal K, Kealk. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, Pandora, whatever you got. All my music is there. You can also follow my business page, which is Slade Society. It's SLAYD_Society_, or you can do SladeSociety.com, where you can go and find my merch and my products. And then my personal page is The Real Keal, KEAL_K2.0. So yeah, make sure y'all tap in with me.
And is there any way that you feel like would be the best way to support you outside of following you?
Outside of following me, you can buy my stuff. You can buy my bonnets, my silk wraps, which I brought her some of, one of those. You can buy my lace glue. You can buy my wax stick. All that good stuff, which is on my website, SladeSociety.com.
And it's satin on the inside. Y'all know how important that is.
Satin on the inside. And it fits to infants. It can fit infants, yes, because it's a drawstring, so it can fit as tight as it needs to be or as big as it needs to be.
Oh, I like that.
Yes, girl. You ain't got to worry about it sliding off when you go to sleep at night.
I like that.
Y'all.
Okay, girl. You got something on your hands with this
girl, look.
Okay. All right.
And if you need like a little clutch shot, you can throw you some stuff up in there too and drawstring that bitch on out.
Period. Multi-purpose.
Multi-purpose.
We love that. Alrighty now. So thank you guys so much for watching. Oh wait. Do you have any shows coming in?
Shows. As of right now, no.
Okay.
I don't think. No.
Okay.
I'm trying to chill out. Right now. Fourth quarter, work on my project because I really want to drop my project at the beginning of the year. So I've just been trying to chill before I do any more shows. So I've just been supporting my other music friends and just kind of low key, just getting everything planned out. So January comes, I can just start dropping my project, getting my everything in order.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Cool. So. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I really hope you guys love this video as much as I did. Continue to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thank you guys so much. On the last video, we got to 100. I was so not expecting that, so I really appreciate everybody that watched the video and then went and watched the other videos and got those views up. Thank you so much. Like, when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, I want to cry. But I know it's going to keep going, and I want to say thank you guys. Again, I can't say thank you enough. So our YouTube channel is NJAPFTV, and our Instagram is NJAPFOfficial. Follow us, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I hope to see you guys soon. Bye.